Okay, to start this, you're going to need Rustic wire. This is by Oasis, and it comes in a couple different colors, dark brown, light brown, and a green. So you can use whichever one's your preference, as well as Oasis bind wire. Now leave this outer piece on here and then just pull from the center. Otherwise, bind wire can become quite the hassle pretty quickly. But to cut the bind wire, you're just going to wrap it around your fingers. Wrap it several times. That way you've got several to use. And then we're going to trim both ends. So if you want them longer ties, just cut once. If you want shorter, cut again. And set those to the side so you have them ready. Then you're going to go back to your rustic wire and you'll find the end. And use like the natural round shape of this that it already has. It'll help make you have smoother lines. So you first create the opening of the cornucopia horn. Make it as large or as small as you want it to be. And you're going to use a little piece of bind wire and bind wire that together. Then I'm going to run this along the bottom. This is going to make the outside shape. As far back as you want it. Just make sure that these two pieces are going to sit even, because you'll bring it back to the front. When you get it back to the front, it's going to run the same side around the front like this. Bind wire this down here where it meets. Bind wire it close to the top. And then this is going to run right back to where it was a second ago. Again, you want it to kind of be shaped in the shape that you're wanting it to be, so you want to make sure you keep width, like how long you want this to be, in mind. And then instead of just trying to tie this off right here, I left it a little bit long, and I'm going to make that into one of the swirls on the side. It just makes it a little easier to tie in with the bind wire. So I can tie this in here and there as well. So wherever your swirls are going to tie in, you want, or you have anywhere you have your rustic wire meet, do a little piece of bind wire to hold it. And then you can trim off all of your bind wire. Make sure you trim it and then push the little edges down so you're not going to poke anybody. And now you're going to add the base. So this is going to be the piece that is going to sit on the container, and you want this to be about the width of the diameter of your container, so you can tape it on. And then this is just going to attach to the bottom. Like that. All right, so that is your basic construction right there. Again, if you have trouble like this one's not wanting to stay together, just take another piece of bind wire. The bind wire disappears, so you're not going to see it. Especially once you add flowers in. So again, fold it around, make sure it's the shape that you want it, and then you can make some more swirls. So this is just a piece I had sitting here, a little scrap piece, so I'm just going to tie that in right there. And then I'll take another piece, maybe about a foot. Make a curly Q swirl out of it. Can be as tight or loose as you want it to be. I'm gonna have to loosen it just a little bit so I can get it to meet. But you want the top to meet the side and the bottom, like so you can tie it in. There's not really a rhyme or reason on the swirls other than just where you see that you have a gap. So I need another swirl on the other side. And then attach it down here at the bottom. Trim off all of your extra bind wire pieces. And there you go. It's just going to sit right on top of your container.